I think it was a long time coming, honestly. I feel like I was definitely nursing at the time. I was trying to sell some purses online, and for the longest time I'd been trying to find a way to travel abroad as a nurse for free, and to make an impact on the world of healthcare. And I was selling some handbags from my closet one day, and Andy, who I was dating at the time, who's now one of our board members, suggested, why not use all this stuff you're selling to do some good? And I thought, how cool is that, to use fashion to change the world? And so Purses for Nurses was an immediate fit. It was a name that he had already come up with for me, so he kind of gave me free rein to use it. And I sent letters to family and friends. I told everyone what I wanted to do. At the time, I really wanted to go to Kenya. For some reason, I had my heart set on Kenya. And I said, I'm going to sell enough purses that people donate to me to pay for a trip to Kenya. And as it turned out, it was such a great, name and catchy idea that people sent hundreds of bags in the first few months. It was awesome. The response from friends and family was overwhelming. And from there, it was like, well, I can't just take all this money now and use it for myself. I can't just spend all this income from these purses on me. So I decided not to go to Kenya, and I decided instead to turn this into something bigger, because it is bigger than me. It's been bigger than me since the idea. The biggest risk I've taken was leaving my full-time job at the hospital. And I did not do that for Purses for Nurses. I did that so that I could manage a home care case for one family 24/7. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but this family, they had very high standards. And in order to care for their loved one, I had to be available 24/7. I had to give up my social life. I had to manage a team of more than 20 people, in addition to care of the patient. And when I decided to leave my full-time job at the hospital to do that, I received a lot of negative feedback from my coworkers. They all felt that I was making the biggest mistake of my career. I had people tell me I was stupid. I had people tell me I was naive, that I didn't know what I was doing by giving up full-time work at one of the city's greatest hospitals. And I gotta say, I never really doubted the decision. It felt very natural to me to kind of do something off the beaten path. It felt like the right thing at the time. And initially it did hurt a lot of my relationships at work. But when Purses for Nurses became bigger, I left that home care case and then started up Purses for Nurses a few months later, decided I would still not go back to work full-time, working for someone else. And in the past few years, as Purses for Nurses has grown, I've received nothing but overwhelming support from those same people who told me I was making a mistake. So it's kind of cool to come full circle and see the people who once told you nothing's gonna come of this, and to then have them kind of rejoice around me and say, I know her. That's been awesome. What drives me to continue doing what I'm doing is constant reassurance from the people we serve, the organizations we partner with, the friends we've made, and our donors. Every time I go to pick up a purse donation, I sit down with the donors, if they have the time, and talk to them about why they chose us. And that is constant reinforcement about what we're doing is meaningful to people everywhere. It's not just meaningful to our donors that they get to see their purses used in a positive way, but they know that we're using that force for good, for people who really can't afford healthcare, for people who've maybe never seen a doctor, or maybe never had a real physical checkup. I'm really grateful for this team. I really am. We've been so lucky. We've had lawyers work with us for free. We've had marketing teams work with us for free. We've had amazing perspective right from the beginning. He's played a huge role in connecting us with the people that we need to meet to take this to the next level. I am most grateful that I live in a place where I have a roof over my head. I have access to healthcare when I need it, even if I don't have money. I have clean water, I have clothes, I have a beautiful life in New York, and I think everyone deserves the right to basic needs, at least like healthcare. Healthcare's universal right in my mind, and no one should have to go without it. The advice I would give to someone wanting to start a business or a nonprofit, at least two things. One, do your research. Know that what you're doing is needed. Know that whatever you want to start is not being done before, and if it is being done before, learn from those people, partner up with them, work with them. The best thing you can do is make yourself aware. Coming into this, I had the grandiose idea that I alone was going to change the world, that I alone could make the world a better place and give healthcare to people who didn't have it. But I alone can do nothing, really. It takes a village. And in New York, we're blessed with so many things and so many skills as professionals. We have so much to offer. So if someone were starting a business, know what you're doing and who you're treating. Get knowledgeable about your plan. And two, don't get tunnel vision. It's very easy, I found, to get focused on one or two little things and stop seeing the big picture. And I purposely surround myself with people who see the big picture when I don't. I get tunnel vision on one project and they go, stop, it's time to refocus and remember that our mission is this and our goal is this. And you know, our work is abroad and we need to focus on getting there before we focus on all these smaller things. Having an amazing perspective means two things. One, it means having a character that inspires other people to be a better version of themselves every day. I'm going to steal a line from Pink because I love this song. If I could light the world up for just one day, and I love that. It makes me a little emotional because I want to be the type of person with this organization that inspires people to do something better, to start their own business, to start their own NGO or nonprofit, to go out and make connections that will change the world. And second of all, I think having an amazing perspective means not being afraid to stray from the path, not being afraid to chase the goals and have a success that no one else sees as success. Everyone has a different version of success, and my version has to do with working abroad and volunteering my time and connecting with people who do the same. But for a lot of people, when I first left the hospital, that was not the vision of success, and they tried to stray me from it. But keep your vision, keep your own vision of success. That's amazing.